Okay, so we were doing some loosening. So you want to have your feet shoulder width apart. Feel the ground under the feet, sink the hips back and down, and be nice and tall. And we're gonna turn. Oh, do you need a chair? Yeah, keep going, everybody. Sorry, I just remembered that I'm supposed to get the chair out for you, because otherwise that yeah. What we'll do is we'll do the tea break at the end again, but we'll take it easy today because it's quite cold. No worries. So yeah, sorry about forgetting, but I'm supposed to bring the chair. That'll do. Yeah, it's just the problem is if I don't shut this bit, it gets very cold in there, you see, because of the how it works. So what we're doing, just sink back and down, breathe in and out, is we're feeling the ground under the feet, and you want to feel the ground, you want to sink the hips, and you want to feel that the head is floating, and also your chin is slightly tucked in. And you're turning the waist, that's this area here, but the legs are relatively still.
So it's just your top half.
It's kind of the top half, yeah, it's this bit and this bit, and what I'm doing, if you just stop a minute and relax, and oh, well done on getting the tea cups out, oh, fantastic. Yeah, you want your shoulders and your hips to be heading towards the corners of the room. So what you do is you line yourself up so that you face wherever the corner is. And actually, let's just, notice the feet and breathe. So one thing that's been coming across quite strongly in Mike's Tai Chi classes is the sort of sheer awareness and the mindful way that he does things. So we're always like, you'll notice this, notice that, notice your breathing, sink down, calm down. And actually, the more calm your mind is when you're doing the Tai Chi, the better it seems to work. So yeah, I'm not, it's just how these things are. So yeah, so it looks like we haven't got a class on the 19th of December, is that correct?
We haven't decided.
We haven't decided. I mean, I can be, who can be here? You can't, you can't, one, two.
I think I need Barbara can't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because it cost me a lot of money this week. What I might do in that case is I might do it as a Zoom. I might do it as a Zoom class, and spend a bit, okay, and then turn the waist. Yeah, I might do, because I'm doing my, I think I'm doing my evening class, Zoom class. I think because this is quite, it's not too bad price wise, but I need to be paid for that. I need to be able to keep breathing small, very good. Yeah, that makes sense. And then we'll just have to, and then we'll be back on the, it'll be about a month up, I guess, the 11th of January. I don't know. Not the I don't know, let's look it up and we'll do that. So we're sinking and we're turning, that's much better. So what you want to do is think of this bit as, how do I show that? Think of this bit as being very free and mobile. And this part, if you have, the good thing about Swap and Pride, we've got these beautiful trees outside, these really lovely, they are lovely, those trees, it's just really good. So like when it gets very warm and they cut the grass and stuff, sometimes we can go outside and we've done that before with the evening class, we'll go outside and do the Tai Chi. Yeah, the only thing is you often get dogs coming to investigate. So I'm not nice dogs that way. And you get the dogs coming to investigate, but being outside, we've got these lovely trees that are very, very rich. So they use trees in Tai Chi as a kind of metaphor. So they're quite free up top and very solid roots, very roots. So you can think the roots of your legs as strong tree trunk and roots. If that's so, let's get in our, and then the rest is nice and free up top. Now let's try that again with that kind of in mind. And I just got to do something. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Do listen to your body. Listen to your body. That's also very important. So if there's something that needs attention, then is that? Yeah, feel free to. No, I'm right. If you need to break off and do a twang, it's fine. It's Tai Chi is good. I've been to Bristol in a car, several hours in traffic yesterday. Oh, well, that'd be really not good for society. Yeah, travelling in cars. Yeah, I got caught up by roadworks again, so we're breathing. We're just nice and relaxed, and just let the keep breathing. That's better, isn't it? So we'll just spend a bit of time. Now I'm trying to remember what did we do last week. Can anyone remember the patients? The rehab set. So was that the second set with that? It was like 8 movements. Oh, it was 8 movements. Oh, the fast food goal? Oh, the 8 movements. Did anyone else do? Oh, what I'll do is I will pause the video. That's a bit like getting you to see bottom. Oh yeah, that was the second. Okay, well, yeah, that's it. No, that was the second Shavasana set, and we were looking at the first 8 movements. Brilliant, thanks. Thanks for paying attention. That's great. Right here. Okay. That's fine. True. To remember what happened last week. It's all that was bad. So it just the main issue is that because I teach quite a lot of, I teach about maybe up to 14 classes a week, and that's as well as working 3 afternoons at the dementia unit and music stuff, and so it's quite a lot. So I teach a lot of classes, and I can't I've got a vague idea what I do in each class, but I try and vary it. So I'm not teaching the same thing in each class, because if I get people who come to my other classes, as well as to come to more than one class, I don't want them to get bored.
No.
Or go, oh, I've already done that, you know, so I teach different things. So, you know, some of this is primarily the sort of Chen style class, really, or, you know, it's vaguely, but that's better, isn't it? It's a Chen-based Chen flavoured class. And then the class I teach in the evening, we're looking at the 24 step. And also we do a bit of punching, because it's fun. And so we look at that. And I've got some youngsters that come to that class, so you
Do you get 24 step anywhere else?
yes, I do 24 step, and you'd be very welcome to come along to my Burwell class on a Wednesday morning. That one's only £4 for the hour because they're funded.
And that's a 24.
That's 24 step, that's at 10 till 11.
Which means
The sports centre, Burwell Sports Centre, and we actually go through 24 step. The other place I teach 24 step at is my Thursday morning class, 10 to 11, and that's at Ely, but I won't be there this week because I'm in last. But the Ely, that's and also it's on Zoom, that one. So you can come to Burwell and just crash the Zoom class. You're very welcome to come to that. Did you send me an email? Have you got my email address? Okay. Why don't I write my email address in the tea break? And then if you send me an email, I can send you the Zoom link for the Thursday morning. I've actually got the Thursday morning class I'll be doing as a release on the YouTube channel, which will be premiered 10 o'clock till 11. And we're looking at step back and repulse the monkey in that one. We've been working on that for a bit. Because what happens in the Ely class, I teach for 3/4 of an hour, and then they all go and have a tea break. And then my Zoomies, I teach for another 1/4 of an hour, then I go and have my tea break. So they get the full hour because they pay for the full hour. Whereas the other lot, the full hour is optional if they, it was just how it works to shake out. Was that the Keep Fit lady teaches at 11:15, and they need a tea break and a comfort break before they go to her class. So I finish at 2:45 for them, and anyone else that wants to hang on till 11. And then we've got like and then I do a little bit of the 24 step in that one. But and also I teach a Zoom class, although not this week because I'll be rehearsing. I teach in a more advanced 24 step on a Friday morning, and that's 9 till 10 on Zoom. You're very welcome to come along to that. You know, so I kind of thank you. Nice and relaxing. And I'm sure this is very good for you. You're just breathing. Oops. It's better, isn't it? So let go of the lower back and imagine you've got a big rug and you're shaking out the wrinkles and dust. So maybe if we did this long enough, we'd have smooth face. Yeah, you can actually, I've done it that way before.
Yeah.
That's just reminded me, we've not done it, that's really good. Shake out a bit. That's reminded me of an exercise I did with Emma, and I've forgotten it, and what you just did reminds me of it.
Oh.
So what you do, you get in cat starts and you go like this. And I know it as that horsey exercise. It's very big stone, isn't it? And the leg. So let's change sides. So this is brilliant, actually. This is a really good exercise. When I did it with Eva, and shake out a bit, part of your leg. When I did it with Eva, she said it's brilliant for balance. Oh, no, so you get into a cat stance. This is cat stance. Yes, sorry, my shoes aren't bright yellow. I couldn't find my other yellow shoe. It's in my car somewhere. I'm off to Glasgow on Wednesday after Burwell. I'm playing in I do the kids movement and music workshop in this festival in Glasgow. The people age 0 to 4. So I'm kind of, but there's concerts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and recording Sunday. So this video could. It's so yeah, I'm driving. So you go up this, so there's a circle. Let me come in a bit closer to the Zoom people watching. So there's a circle like that, look like this. Is what that actually let's just do get back into remember. We go like this, look, we go round and round in this. So it's like that. And you want to relax your shoulders and let them think and bounce. So you can do it like that. And actually on 2 legs, this is kind of civilized, isn't it? And it's not quite so, what's the word, character building as doing it on 1 leg. Now try the other leg. So we go like this, we go into cat stance. Here we go. And I'll just stop there at the end of that phrase, because if you go to you'll have really exploding by then. So just, you know, if you're practicing it at home, you might be on hold. I was on hold for because I was doing my tax stuff, and then when you're doing your tax stuff and you need to remember something and to write it down, and you can't remember it, you then you have to phone them up, and you get put on hold. And I was doing, you know, I started doing some Tai Chi while I was on hold. I was doing some, you know, and I was there. I was nearly an hour. And I was like, my call's not that important. If it was important, they'd have answered 50 minutes ago. But there you go. So this would be a really good one. We might be waiting for the plumber. Yes. Then you change. And there you go. And then when you get really good at this, then you can do the and then you can see how far into it you get. But do remember to change those, and it's very this bounce thing very useful for. Now you've noticed they've got leaves out there, and when it gets wet, there's a lot of potential to. So actually having this bounce means you can get your balance back, and also having a good sense of what you can feel under your feet. Really good for balance. So yeah, I've been working at the dementia place. One of the other reasons why they want me up there, because they want to quiz me about what they're doing in this dementia unit, both movement wise and music wise. But one thing what I try and do is do things that activate different areas of the brain. So things that work both sides of the body, doing something different with both hands at the same time. Even if you're doing it wrong, that works your brain. Doing things that make you more aware of your body and you underneath your feet works your brain. Using images and sensory things, that also does the same. So the more you use your brain, the better it is for your cognitive function and also for your balance. So, you know, your priorities as we sort of age, our exercise priorities kind of change with age. I mean, I noticed that. Let's have a little shake out. We'll get back to it. One thing I've noted with Erica Scuba, she's doing a lot more exercises now that are complicated, work both sides of the brain, and also work the balance. She does all these balance exercises as well. And I suspect it's because she hit her 70s and possibly she does a lot of research on the science of exercise and movement, and she might have found some research that it's a useful thing to work on your balance. But actually, it would be a useful thing to work on balance at school from that age, and then it's ingrained, and then it's become, I mean, I've noticed, yeah, let's just feel our feet actually. We're in an unhurried class today. We're in an unhurried, so we just gently rock forwards and gently rock back. And we're going to breathe. Nice and good. So, down. I think you might call that exercise called galloping horse or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if it's called something like that.
It's hard to do.
Sorry?
It's hard to do.
It is, because you've got to be very, very relaxed and tune into your inner bounce. But it's worth persevering with, because you've got a coordination thing going on with the arms going in a circle, and then you've also got the bounce at the same time. But the two leg version is actually quite relaxing. So we can have another go at that later, but let's just tune into the feet. And then also make sure all our joints are nicely warmed up and the neck. Yeah. But also don't be surprised if you find an exercise that you really resonate with and can do straight away. Enjoy that feeling when you get that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's nice, isn't it? You know, and then it's a funny thing, this art. Some exercises you just, you know, like a duck to water type stuff, and other exercises will be completely unfathomable. But whichever one you are, the common denominator is calming the mind, softening the muscles, whatever's going on. You just like, and we're all breathing. So we're sinking forwards and back. And then when we do the qigong things, I'll get the speakers out and we'll put the nice music on. But yeah, they're doing a study on neuroscience and music up there, and because of my work at the dementia thing, they want to ask me. So obviously I've got the cold face. So yeah, so nice and tall, sink the hips back and down. Relax around the jaw. Okay, now allow your weight to settle just behind the ball of each foot. Relax the feet. And then just wiggle the toes. So this is another one from Eva. You wiggle your toes. So for those of you watching on the computer, I'm doing that with my toes. I'm doing that with my toes. And then draw the toes in, and then stretch the toes out and separate them. It's a bit harder to do in shoes, but it's worth trying. Draw the toes in, stretch the toes out. As if you have your fingers go out. Your fingers go out at the same time. Yeah, if the fingers want to go out at the same time, that's fine. If that helps you do the thing, that's fine. there's a, and stretch the toes out. So this is from Eva. So she was getting us to really tune into the feet, and it's actually quite a nice, almost like a nice foot massage. When you stretch your toes out, you often ignore the toes, and it's quite nice to spend a bit of time being kind to your toes, you know. Oh, marvellous. Okay, now what we're going to do, we'll do another one that Eva likes to do. Relax the lower back, and then forward and slightly raise the heel. Now, if you find it wibbly wobbly, don't do this all the way up, and then very slowly descend with the heel. Heel one, up. So I find this a bit tricky, but again, this works your balance. Now, if you want to do this at home, you can have a wall, and then you're not having, yeah, that's it, or a table, and then you're not having to worry about the wibbly wobblies. Wibbly wobblies. So I'll probably be quite tired next Monday because I'll have driven back from Glasgow. I only found out.
Trains are running for you.
Oh, I'm driving.
Oh, yeah.
I'm driving, yeah, because I don't know when they're next. Because there's the official strikes, and then there's the general disgruntlement. There we go. That's it. Now we'll do side to side. So take a slightly wider side. And get yourself really solid. Think about that tree. It's very solid in the roots. And we'll just go like this. So you want to kick the hips in. So one thing Eva said, you want to align the hip, knee, and foot, and try and get the whole of the foot flat on the floor. Like my feet come up a bit, but that's because there's a slight imbalance. And we're breathing there. Relax. Just. That's it. We're really tuning into the feet. So the feet have anything up to 200,000 sensory receptors. Between 100 and 200,000. When I got told it by my teachers, I was so mind blown by that concept. I can't even, my head doesn't fit in 200,000. I can't quite almost, I can understand 100. Yeah. So I had to go and Google it. You know, I looked at the size. How on earth do they fit in 200,000 receptors? I mean, how does that doesn't make sense to me, because the hands have got about 17,000, I think, 18,000, I think. And I looked up, and it's true, I looked up in a few different places, I've got to look somewhere else, because you've got, especially when you're looking things up on the internet, you can't always believe Dr. Google, and you've got to be quite discerning with where the information's come from. Is it, you know, is it the NHS, or is it an actual sciencey thing, or is it just some random person? So I looked for the actual stuff. Yeah, between 100 and 200,000 sensory receptors, which is really good information for the balance map in the brain. Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. It's like, it kind of, I was like, whoa. And so she got us really feeling our feet, because there's a lot of useful information for the whole body in general in the feet. It's like, wow. Right. So that's good. And then you just want to relax, and then there's a little rhythm to that sway, going from foot to foot. And just by doing this exercise, again, you want to be waiting for the kettle to boil, porridge to cook, HMRC to answer the phone. You know, you can do a lot. So yeah, I got caught up in a move I was working on this morning, which was why I left late and really sorry. I've been so enthused after this training I've been on. It's like, oh gosh, I do. Very good. I love it. It's really nice. I've been doing this art since 1995, or trying to do results since 1995. And then when you find out something new you've not really considered, it's really, really exciting. And then it means it's fresh. It's fresh. So right, now we've done that, it's wonderful. You all look really, really good. Now what we do is we go round and round in the circles, which is what. So Friday night was interesting culturally because I was playing, helping out, volunteering at the folk club in Cambridge. At the same time, there was this football match on that was apparently important. And I did see this exercise. But I was glad because of the score, it meant when we went downstairs after the finished. So there you go, that is my question. Okay. I mean, I did watch it a bit. All day. It's a long day, isn't it? They've been watching it at the go home actually. And then the other thing, they watched the Choir Boy of the Year. Now that was really good. That was on yesterday. Seriously, I don't know if you've seen that. Did you see it? I think it was amazing yesterday. I thought, wow, like really good, like the posture when they sung. All of them, wonderful, really lovely. So it really. Yeah, it makes you warm, doesn't it? It's relaxation. I mean, the radiators help, but by being relaxed, and it's not just you're calming the mind, you're calming the mind and calming and softening the muscles. The muscles symptom, there's exactly feeling you're supporting both, and you're feeling supported as well as relaxed and comfortable. You're going to get nice and comfortable. Okay, now we go in the other direction. Yeah, don't worry if you want to do change and then change, that's fine. It's not. The exercise we're doing right now, I do over a period when I'm spending a day or a weekend retreat with my teachers in Reading, Karen and Emma Scuba. We usually spend about an hour on this exercise alone. Sometimes we do an hour or something and really get deeply into the exercise. And I did this for now. Okay, come back to the middle. Now do a figure 8. So we're just whizzing through it and doing the pick of the cocks version of this exercise. Relax more. Fantastic. Very good. Relax the muscles around the face. Relax your muscles. Your muscles soften and sink. Upward supportive feeling of bones. And then go in the other direction if you can work out how. If you can't work out how, relax. Just do something. Just do something. Just calm down. It's all right. I'm not going to take it as a personal slight. If you find tricky exercises hard to do, it's okay. Yeah, you can do a lot of Okay, come back to the middle. Yeah, how's that? Have a little. Yeah, you know, it's like, how's my driving? How are my feet? Yeah, nice. But where were we? We've done that. So, oh yes, let's do that. Sorry, we had a bit of a segue, didn't we? Thanks for reminding me of the galloping horse. That's fantastic. So what you want to do is you want arms in front of the body. We're all breathing. Very good. That's it. That's it. And there's the idea of getting this sort of clearness of movement, this clarity of movement. So it's, you know, when you get some mornings and there's frost, and then the window has got like icy bits, icy particles in the window, and the light shines through. That kind of crispness of clarity is what we're aiming for. You know. So you're just allowing, so the arms are in front of the body, and you want to relax the shoulders, so softening the shoulder joint, around the muscles around the shoulder joint, so allow for free movement. And we're all breathing. So and keep breathing. Very good. Okay, 4, 3, 2. Well, yeah, breathing really does help. Turn the palms up. So you're twizzling around that, to show for the people on YouTube after, the elbow joint. Elbow joint. You want to, and it, actually what you do, we can break this, when I've done this with Andrew. So Andrew's an interesting character. He's got Parkinson's and he teaches Tai Chi in Philadelphia. He still teaches a couple of Zoom classes. He started in 1971, wasn't even born then, and he's been trying to relax his shoulders ever since then. So there you go. But you place your hand, and one of his main teachers, Fred Howell, he's also got Parkinson's. He's a Taiwan master, Tai Chi master in Taiwan. He's got, and he's brilliant. He moves really nicely. I mean, obviously, you know, the Parkinson's is still there, but he moves very, very well, very connected. So it's really good. So what you can do is you can just, when you do one arm on its own, there's a bit of a turn in the waist, and you want to tune in to the natural rhythm of your body. So, I mean, the people from the Chinese culture have the advantage that it's ingrained in their culture to exercise and to do these mindful types of exercise, internal exercise. And we don't have that in our culture, so we have to get there a bit later. But it still works, so it's okay. So it comes up, down. So it's like a, think of swinging something. Right, that was so good. We'll do the other side. So what you want to do is eventually work towards matching what I'm doing with what you're doing. If it doesn't quite match, just notice that it doesn't quite match and work towards getting it to match. But don't get too hung up if you can't match it, because we weren't 3 when we started this, we would have built up some interferences between what we're seeing and what our body is doing, it's just how it works. Okay, and then we just, so again, that's where the calmness and mindfulness, and when you do it, and then think of the chest as just opening. Opening, so you want arms in front of the body, arms in front of the body. Opening the chest. So we're just looking at 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we change. One in front, one behind. Let me show you that from the side. Transfer the weight and turn. Transfer the weight and turn. Show you that from the back view, so you can see what my back is doing. And you want to get that bounce feeling with the William Tell exercise. Yeah, that's it. And you just feel your body, notice what's happening. So a few weeks ago, I met an incredibly fluffy and beautiful cat. It knew it was lovely, this cat, it really did. And it was, I've been coming back from a gig I was playing at in London. It was about 12:30, and I like to go to bed by 11, so it was a little late for me. And it was really cold because we're outside. So I was freezing as well as tired, and then I saw on the wall, just that, this really beautiful fluffy cat with a, it was like one of those Persian ones, very fierce looking expression, looking, and it was on the wall, and it kind of was doing this, really owning its space. So when every time you're going into a posture in Tai Chi, you want to be like that cat on the wall. You want to be really owning your space. So we just do that. So get into your bed, cat on the wall, and you own. It's like you. And people kept stopping to admire this cat, and it was being very not bothered. It was just real class act. In the Tai Chi Classics, so somewhere in the Tai Chi Classics, the translation I got was from Ben Lowe, who's an amazing, I've seen some videos of him doing Tai Chi, absolutely beautiful, very connected, very clear, actually. He's clearer than Chen Manqing's teacher, very clear. But anyway, it says move like a cat. So, but actually, not just move like a cat, you want to sit like a cat. When it just gets very comfortable and takes up all the space it needs to. Try and do that when you're doing text. Yeah, that's better. You let the arms go. Oh, very comfortable. You are supposed to be here. It's completely all right. I was totally impressed by this lovely cat. It's just being a cat. Really, really fat cats are like that. They're amazing. They can be quite annoying. I mean, like for example, most mornings when I'm trying to get to the bathroom, and there's one cat on one step, and then a few steps up, there's another one, and it's really early in the morning, and I haven't had my coffee yet, and it's like, and it's just, or you're just about to go out the front door, and then both cats get right in the way. I don't know what it is. Like they've got a radar. It's in only space. They are, I mean, yeah, exactly, but you know, and then there's I'll be practicing Tai Chi outside, and we'll be going, you know, it's, oh well, thanks. You know, yeah, all right, I'll stick my hips a bit. So yeah, psychological warfare. But you win. Horrible. But so yeah, move like a cat. No, relax, yeah, relax. Just getting into our bodies. So Tai Chi is a way of just really getting into the present. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we just swinging the arm. So what I do is I try and get the arms low, and also the awareness right to the fingertips. So when you're moving, you want to get this real, you know, that crisp clarity in. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's a lot more freedom happening in all your shoulders. Everybody, good job. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then wobbly. I still not personally not quite got a I've been trying to do this exercise for about 16 or 17 years now. I'm still quite good at that, but it's fine. I mean, it's definitely improving, but eventually the circle becomes the same. And if you took very rapid snapshots of yourself and then superimpose all the images, you get a perfect cone there, and a perfect cone there of the same dimension. So, yeah, I've been doing this exercise with Corel for over 10 years. We used to start with that one, and then we go into this one. You get this kind of, and we just do things over and over and over again and repeat, and it kind of improves. And then you said any questions, and I said, oh, what is this exercise actually called? And you went, oh, wobbling. So that's what I know it as. Okay, shake it. Very well. Any questions on that loosening epic? So just to remind people, we've got this one. You can do it like that. If you want to really work your balance, do it on one leg. In fact, you can do it on one leg in the air. Yeah, so that you've got cat stance. Cat stance is posed for a kid, and then you can also, or do it on both feet, and then it will take longer to get 2 legs at the same time rather than one leg and leg off, and then you do the other one. So actually both feet is quite good, and then you can just do however much into the William Tell overture, your legs, you want to listen to your body, and then if you get to a certain point in the overture and your legs go, hang on a minute, can we stop please? Then stop. In fact, stop before your legs say stop. Yeah, because you want to, so we did this for a long time. So usually by the time we get to being able to go to a whole day retreat, and then you've got the bouncing. So the bouncing comes in really useful when you're using your pumpkin. Very useful. And you're far gym type movements and things. So yeah. So
If you lift your leg, this is supposed to wobble as well, go with it, or
yeah, I mean, what happens, we'll do some of those exercises, but I did some brand new balance exercises. It's making stupid. Yeah, my computer, I don't understand computers, and it keeps doing silly things. Don't know what's going on. We'll do some of those balance exercises that really develop the balance. So when you're standing on one leg, you want to think about the knee and the hip joint. So as the knee raises, the hip joint is kind of rolling downwards in order to that. So if I just get my thermos, right, this is a knee and this is a hip joint. So there we are, like that. And then the knee raises up by this bit, going down. So I'll put my thermos over there. Ah. One of my Zoomers just asked me, does the class start at 11 or 11:30? And I said, 10:30 until 12, come to the 5:30. So what's happening when you lift the leg? Yeah, and that's it, use your chair. And then you, like that. So what you do is you just go to cat stance. So you transfer and go to cat stance. So you can use a wall, or actually that table. or use a table. And you go to cat stance. That's it. And you want to be tall through the head. So you want to be looking forwards rather than downwards. You know where the floor is, it's down there. So you don't need to, you can, it's okay to look a bit, if you want to check where your feet are, have a look at your feet, but do realise that that does put your balance out of whack. Because actually your head, if you want, that means you've got centre of balance goes forward. That means your centre of balance is going back. So what you want to do is you want to sink your hips back and down to bring yourself centrally, so then you rise up through the centre point. And then that helps improve balance. And then when you transfer the weight, just go to cat stance. Don't worry about lifting the leg in the air. Get to cat stance because 80-20 is still going to work the balance. And then you go up, out, transfer, cat stance. Up, not too far, out, transfer, cat stance. So that's what I did with, I think my legs are shrunk. Up, stretch. Now, because the trousers are men's size trousers, and men will apparently have massively long legs. So, trousers. Or if I could sew without the stitches coming apart, I'd be able to make a really nice hem thing, and then I'll be able to. Oh well, that's one of those. So I have to pull them right up. Which doesn't help with my balance, so. Okay, so right, the other way you can do it is you can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 exercise. So I'll show you that. So these are all ones that I've learned from Eva, mostly during lockdown and before lockdown. She teaches the Zoom class, and she's got she's an amazing teacher actually, really fantastic. So you go like, just watch for now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cat stance. And then 1, 2. So look at where my weight is settling. 5. And then, so you see my weight is settling over the, so you've got your standing leg and your moving leg. Now, in old style translation from the Tai Chi classics, they would have said the full and the empty leg. But that's a little bit, for me, I'm a bit more of a nuts and bolts kind of person. Standing leg, moving leg, makes more sense. But in terms of they're called full and empty. And you want to be able to distinguish between full and empty, which is a nice way of saying you want to distinguish between the leg that you're moving, the empty leg, and the leg that you're standing with and you're balancing through, which is the full leg. Oh, we haven't got any milk, have we? Because the milk people are here, are they? Thwarted. We'll have to have black tea, won't we? I've got sugar. We've got biscuits. We've got some really nice biscuits. So, yeah, I mean, I might have a little tiny bit. No, I haven't even got any honey milk. I drank it all this morning. So rubbish, and that's just so rubbish. It's going to be tea, isn't it? So you've got to be able to distinguish between the full and empty leg. Transfer the weight, then to cat stance, and we're going to do the 5 thing. So we go 1, 2. So keep your weight over here. 3, 4, 5. Then you move, and then you come in. So keep your weight on this leg, which means when you step out, you want to avoid this. That means the weight's moving, and the weight isn't staying in the balancing leg, in the standing leg. So just don't worry if you're doing this exercise and you are moving a bit, because obviously you've got to start somewhere, and you know. We didn't start this when we were 3, so you know that's the body interference and all that. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cat's oh, remember, you know, that cat on the wall. Aren't I brilliant? But I'm very humble as well. Yeah. One, I've met singers like that too. 3, 4, 5. And then, what? Right, 4 fun. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Can you feel your legs?
Yes.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Like, we're not using no weights or bands or you know, ankle things or you know, dumbbells or whatever. And it just by sinking the hips and really getting into your legs, and your hamstrings are a really good workout. And by engaging those muscles, that pulls on your bone, then it encourages bone growth. So the other thing we've got to work on, as well as balance, for basically anyone over the age of 35, quite frankly, because of, like, I've met so many people that are less than 40 and their balance is really not great because they're like, not good. We need to be working on strengthening the muscles around the bones. So the postural muscles, anything that does slow movements, works your postural muscles, which get you nice and it's good for bone density. So at the moment, yes, I'll show you. Have some water if you need some. So, at the moment, Mike's part of a study, Tai Chi study that's starting next year. Proper science study. I think it's a 12-week intervention thing, where they've got he's made a video of some basic Tai Chi movements, one of which we will be doing soon. And they have to go to maybe 1 or 2 classes a week, and they've got video they can study at home, and then they're going to do science on them and check things like brain function, blood circulation, bone density, cognition, and the heart, blood pressure, to see what it does. So, very, very, it's really good. Because it's a slightly different approach to exercise. But at least I remembered to put hot water in my flask, even though it's first in the morning. So, yeah. So what's we'll come back to the balance exercises. I'll just show you what I want to be working on. So this one, I said, oh, and I learned this one off Mike. And you imagine like you're in a pool of water, and you can do this in the chair as well, because we've been working, it doesn't feel like we have, but we really have been working the leg muscles a lot. So it's probably good to just, again, you want to pay attention, listen to what the body's telling you. And it's not a, you know, the fact that you've lasted this long, if you compare how you are now with how you were when you first started, you'd be super impressed.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, isn't it, you know, how much you know, how strong you've got. So you want to pay attention and listen to the body and what it's saying. And then, you know, this stuff really, really works. But, you know, like my, there was a cleaner at one of the care homes I worked at. I've been working in care homes on and off since I was about 18 actually, so it's nice to be still working in them now. And I remember her saying, these are hands, not wands. So Tai Chi is a form of mindful exercise, it's not a magic pill. So it's going to take time for this stuff to work, but it really does work. So yeah, so it's good. It's just as long as you're not in a huge hurry to get, right, I want to do 1 lesson of Tai Chi and then I'm never going to be able to fall over again. That's unrealistic. But by doing lots and lots of lessons of Tai Chi, it will make you easier to regain your balance and make your balance your base level of balance better. So it's a good thing. So this exercise, I asked Mike, what is this exercise? He went, I have no idea. So this is no idea. And you just sit and turn. So you sit and you turn. Now I'm in bow and arrow stance. So I take a nice big step. We're tall and we're sinking down. And we sink back into it. We sink forward into it. And we do. And just, don't push it too much. If it needs to sit down, it's fine. This isn't boot camp. And I got given last Monday or Tuesday, I was being told about Chinese master, who just come over fresh from country who was teaching that. Most of the students are teenagers, children, 20 something, maybe the oldest is 30 odd. So he's and also from a culture that exercises basically from birth until death daily, so that is not all of them, no, but a lot of the people that are in these arts have started when they were babies, when they were toddlers, and they're still doing it in their 90s. And it's just one of those. So they've got a daily every day round, not just 1 hour, but like anything between 6 and 10 hours a day of training, so it's and then he came to, he'd been teaching for maybe a year, had a whole bunch of students. I think the youngest was in their, maybe the youngest was in their mid-50s or something. And so make sure your feet are on the right spots and you feel comfortable and stable and balanced. So you may need to adjust the feet, you may need to bring them in, but imagine, probably a bit too, that's a bit too high. I know, my crib sheet for the, we won't do the our grade 6 to 8 kilo scale book that I've not got out for a while. Look. See? Very useful. So I've got a nice gap between my feet. Put that over there. Sink forward, sink back and turn. Breathe. Oh, that's better, yeah. And you want to stay upright. And then we do that. Is that the side we'll do? Anyway, we'll do I have no idea. Oh, I'm going to call it that and teach it to my students, I said. And I have. So right. So let's do that. I have no idea. It's a great name for me. So we go back to that one. Now what we do is you bring the arm up, but you keep the elbows low and you go forward. Like you've got a big oar and you're doing that kind of stuff. So you like that. And then you turn and then you go up. And you're breathing. Nice relax. I can tell I've been training with high-level Tai Chi people because we've basically done nothing this class, haven't we? So that's how great it was. When you do this is more like an advanced class. I mean, I will do. So the Tai Chi, all we've been doing is Tai Chi, the warm up and stuff, and the Tai Chi form is another way of looking at these principles. Okay, relax the hands, relax the wrists. Marvellous, right, change sides. So that was very polite of my students to Oh, what time does the class start? An hour ago. Later one. Oh, let's. It's all about paying attention and being mindful. There we are. I was like, I wonder where's my Zooming gone? Ah, they're doing live tube. I see. Okay. So now what you do is you lift your toes and you lift your heel. So now I've lulled you into a full sense of security. So forwards with the hands, backwards with the hands. And it becomes that figure 8 exercise. This is what this exercise is now known as, that figure 8 exercise. And then you bring your foot in. And then you step back, I'll do it from the side view. Step forward, bring your foot in. Don't worry if you haven't quite got this, because this is on the video. This will be on the video. You can study the video on YouTube and go, what on earth was it that we were doing on Monday morning? And look, I'll do it from the diagonal view. So do check out the Greg Heron Internal Arts YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Sorry?
I want to write that down.
Yeah, we'll do it at the tea break. We're doing it at the eating biscuits and smoking because we forgot the milk break. And then you go up. And then you lift the, see, guess what? That'll teach you. Look what I can do. What I can do. Oh, right then. So anyway, and then so that's what it's a progressive exercise. Let's do it on the other leg so it doesn't feel left out. Don't worry if you're just staying on this one. If you're staying on this one, this is good because this is the start and you've got to the beginning and that's a good thing. So don't, Anyway, so this, I'll tell you about this bloke. And then we go, oops, a daisy. Ooh. Wee. See, what could we say there? So very easy. And good effort, everyone. Right, stop right there before we get close. So yeah, so he was teaching them a broadsword thing. So and there was a move where you had to go like this. You had the sword, and you had to lift the hand up high and have your broadsword out. Now, this was people, I think the youngest was 55, and they all hadn't really come from the culture of exercise daily since they were 2. They all got sensitized because their GP said, do this thing to help you get balanced. And it's kind of like, you tend to get people sometimes sent to these classes as last chance saloons. Dr. Go, go and do some Tai Chi. And anyway, so the move went like this, and obviously, the last time they'd done that with their arms was probably when they were about 15, and their arms wouldn't do that. It was impossible. They could get to maybe there, like that, and he was saying, no, it's not like that, it's like that. And he got very, because his culture was from a load of 20-somethings that had limbs that were fully movable. And the teacher, who's one of the teachers, was there, who was doing the course with me. He teaches and he does massage with him. He had to point out to this young master that, look, their arms don't do that. That's why they're doing that. It's not that they're being insulting to them. I hate insulting the Bible. Do what I do. And you've got we got taught how to modify stuff to how people's bodies are at the moment. So when we're doing things like the pen, when we're doing things like the we'll do the pen as a bit of a shoulder one. So just listen to that. Now your arm might not want to do that, so you do a modified version, because the important thing is just getting that shoulder nice and moving. Oh. So eventually you want to get your range of movement as big as possible, but you improve your range of movement by staying within the soft limits of what you're able to do right now. And then so the soft limit, that's a physio term that I stole off, I can't remember his name, it was nearly 20 years ago, but he was a physiotherapist, a rehabilitation physiotherapist, working in a chronic pain clinic. So that's basically, anyone they'd given up on, they'd sent to this guy's clinic. You go, oh, go and see so and so, sort of that. And he was doing a combination of Triton-based movement. And basically, if someone's arm is doing that, we get them to do that first, and then eventually they'd improve their range of motion just through sheer repetition. He's getting some amazing results, and then I think they cut his funding or something like that, which is what happened. And then they put it on the phone them up and talk to them on the phone or something. But hey, while it was there, so you want to work within your soft limits of you. So we'll do a little bit of neck stuff as well. Just very gently turn on. But just do it to where you feel there's a slight change in the tissue tension. And then when your neck wants it, then go a little bit to the bigger movement. But only when the neck says, right, it's okay to move a bit more now. And you're doing it in a mutually agreed manner rather than a forced manner. Yeah. Okay, and then semicircle to the top corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hands on the hips, circle. 1, we'll do 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then again 1, other side, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Okay, so in our last 10 minutes, we are going to look at the first half of the second Shibashi set. Thank you so much for remembering what we did. That really makes my job much easier. So I will get my quick notes. Because I often get this in the order. Thank you. I'm not always afraid to put it to back. We probably won't have time actually to do 8 moves. Let's do the first 6 moves just to give ourselves, and then we'll try and do more of the moves next week.
It's being weird again. Did I forget to record? I can't remember. Oh no, it is still recording.
Good. I forgot to press record in last Wednesday's class, so there's only 34 minutes of the class, and I have to invent the rest. Anyone watching it? So, preparation. Let's do it 4 times. There you go. We haven't got time for the music. We just do the music. That's it. Nice and the ends of the movement. Very connected and smooth. 3 and 4. That was preparation. Movement number 2, circulating the chin. So it's like this. You make you put the neck up, breathe in, choke inside, breathe out and round in the circle. Up. Do this 6 times. No, 8 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I mean, there might be some milk in the fridge that's not off, we'll find out. 8, otherwise we'll just have to wing it. Wind rocks the willows, so you place one foot forward, get yourself just so, get nice and up. And then you sink forward and turn and just raise the arms. Sink backward and turn, raise it, swing the arms, so the arms will swing. And imagine a beautiful willow tree in a soft, gentle breeze. So it's not a hurricane, it's a soft, gentle breeze. And you just pop. So if you guys want to get tea, I can get some chairs. I'm going to put this. Really sorry. I'm really very busy. I was working both on Saturday. Okay, now we change sides. Oh, you were supposed to do 3 each day. I did a bit more than that. Well, you can sink forwards actually, you can sink back. Both ways are perfectly legit. Because somebody said, do I go forwards on the front leg and back on the back leg? Or do I go back on the front leg and forwards on the back leg? And he said, yes. So, that's really helpful. So, yeah. Yes. Thanks. It's pretty good. Okay, right, put the willow down, very good. Needle at the bottom of the C, so you make your sword digits, you point your foot and you point your needle at the bottom of the C bed. And then you come up to the middle, you go to the corner, you point the needle which is at the bottom of the C bed. Up, and you keep your weight on the back leg. 3, 4. So we do 6 of these, 5. And there is a fold lengthening through the back. And you do sink the hips back slightly from 6. And put the needles down. Fisherman casts his net. So take a slightly wider stance and you have the palms forward, and this is like a funny cloud hat. And then you turn the waist. Go up. Keep breathing. So do this 6 times on both sides. I think I've overrun, but I just like it. Okay, that will do for that one. And then we've got my favourite, Fairy Shows the Way. Everybody likes this. So you get your sword digits, so you have it like the scouts, but you put the fingers like that. And then you go like this, you go round.
I'll just do that.
You go around and point, and the foot goes behind it. Round, point, around, point. That's it. And one more time. We'll have a look at that. Right. Very good. Let's go back to this one. Just a moment. So we'll just do very slow circles. And then we'll do it with the backs. It's nice, isn't it? It reminds me a bit of that bit in Monty Python, you know, the coconuts and the. So you can't. Yeah. And then try it in that style, just for a little bit. Not for too long, because it totally ruins your leg. And then we do this. There we go. So that was the new move today. Oh, leg murdering. Marvellous. Let's do sun and moon, and then embrace the tiger, and then drinking hot coloured water. With at least we've got biscuits. Come on. Okay, so dreadful. So breathe in. Sun, beautiful, golden, warm sun. And then the moon, it's a bit smaller. bit more understated. So, lots of room in the body, really own your space. Very important for us ladies to feel comfortable owning our space. Yes. So, and it's nice. Isn't it? I love the images. I love moves that have images associated. It's finding much easier to do. And then that's lovely. Okay, let's do plum blossom falls left and right. It's another really good one to balance. So you start up, you've got a beautiful plum tree, you've got blossom all over it, and you transfer it away. You transfer it away. Just absolutely lovely. There's a lady in Burwell who loves it so much. Every time we do this bit, she goes, wee! And then we so calm down. And then what you do is you try to remember which side you went, did your wee on, and then we do it the opposite. It's good, isn't it? So good for the shoulders, good for the weight transfer, good for the balance. Whoosh. We'll do one more. We don't want to be late for tea. Embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. So posture check first. Ironing your feet. Feel the feet. That's really useful information, very reassuring contact with the ground. It's kind of quite empowering, having a good sense of where your feet are, where the ground is. Very makes you very strong. Feel strong. Breathe in. Another useful thing for us women, feeling strong. I got lectured by some feminists recently. One more time. Yeah, good job, everybody. Love it. And then we've definitely earned our facelift today. So rock the hands together. And we are polishing the face. And sorry I didn't have time to sort out the music. We'll do it next week. I do like the music because I made it. So rock the hands together. I'll put it on the tea break. Give those back a one. Yeah. Oh. Oh, lovely. Okay. Embrace the tiger. 3 more times. Breathe in. Embrace the tiger. That's your life, vibrant energy. Return to the mountain. That's your place of stillness, calmness, clarity, and strength. Wow. One more time. Yeah. Better. Good job. Okay. Breathe. Make a fist with your right hand, left hand over the top, bring your feet together and flower. Well done us. Give ourselves a clap. It's tea time. So right, we're having tea break. Well done those of you on YouTube. I hope you like this class. Keep practicing.